Hi guys and welcome to another episode of Giant Killers on Football Manager 2016, and today's episode we are going to run through the transfers that we've made, look at the fixtures that we've played and hopefully fit in one match as well. So we are going to start with the outgoings, and first up is Shehu Berisha. We bought him in a few seasons ago, I believe, on a free transfer. It was a couple of seasons ago. We sent him out on loan last season and he wasn't going to feature in the squad, so we sold him for £40,000. Next player to be out the door was Naran Mamedov. He wanted to leave. I was unsure whether to let him go or not, but he ended up coming to me after Benevento made their initial offer and said that he wanted to go to join them, so he left us. It was a £2,000 loss. We bought him for £62,000 and he left for £60,000. Not too bad, I guess, considering he wasn't really that good for us. Gianluca Frabotta also out the door for £25,000. Pretty good. We made a profit. We got him in for free. He never really did anything for us, and in his final season actually played 18 times. I didn't think he played that much, but guess I'm wrong. And centre-back Felipe, who we brought in as an emergency centre-back in our Serie C winning season for £37,500. He never really got going for us, never played that much and didn't perform well when he did play. We sold him for a small loss. He's gone for £30,000 to Llagostera in Liga Adelante. Another centre-back out the door, and it's Juan Rodriguez. He did play quite well for us. He played alright for us anyway. In the first season, we signed him for £35,500, but second season, he didn't perform at all in Serie B. Maybe the jump up to Serie B was a bit too much for him, so he's now joined Grosseto. We lost £500 on him, but that's not too bad. 35 grand selling him to Grosseto of Serie C. Next up, another guy that wasn't with us for very long and we made a small loss on. We signed him for £155,000. He made 23 appearances, got an average rate of 7.15, which is pretty good, but doesn't really fit in our system as we don't play attacking centre midfielder that often anymore. So he's gone to Pescara, who are in the same league as us, so we will come up against them this season. He's gone for £150,000. This next transfer was completely out of my hands. One of our best players, after having a bit of a dodgy start and also getting sent off a few times in important games, he was one of our key players last season, Josh Schoen. Now, offers came flooding in from Frosinone pretty much every few days, just increasing the offer slightly. I kept rejecting them, saying there's no chance of selling them, and then eventually they come in with an offer of £575,000, and my board go over my head and accept that offer. So Josh Schoen, unfortunately, this was not in my plans, has left to join one of our rivals in the league, Frosinone, for £575,000. Next up, Ionut Matrita, another one-season player. He played quite a lot for us last season. He managed to get a few goals, a few assists. Average rating's not really that good. We got him in for a free, and we've managed to sell him for £86,000 to Dundee United of the Ladbrokes Scottish Premiership. So that's some pretty good business there. And with the signings that I've made, which I'll come to obviously, he wasn't really going to get a chance this season, so it's best for him and for us if he just moved on, which is what he did. And the final sale is Valerio Nacera, a player that never played for us once. We signed him on a free after he was released by Udinese a few seasons ago. He never really got to reach his potential, and he's moved on for £30,000 to Grosseto of Serie C B. So they've now got a few of our old players, so it'll be interesting to see how they do. We now get to the incomings, and my gosh, there's been a lot of them. This is the first one, Marco Pinata. He's a left back. I signed him when I thought that Francesco Rappisardo was not going to sign a new contract. However, he has since signed a new contract, and Rappisardo is still with us. You'll all be glad to know. But Marco Pinata, we signed from on a free transfer. He's just been released, I believe, from Albino Leffe. No, from Vincenza. He was on loan at Albino Leffe last season. So left back, he is supposed to come in for Rappisardo. Rappisardo obviously getting on a bit as well anyway. So he is going to be hopefully our starting left back this season. Next signing is Dale Jennings, a man that was signed by Bayern Munich from Tranmere Rovers a long time ago. We signed him on a free after he was released by Milton Keynes Dons. He should be a pretty good player for us. He is unfortunately injured at the moment. He did have a good showing in pre-season. He got 4 goals in 3 starts. I think he's got a broken collarbone at the moment. He's out for between 7 days and 3 weeks. So hopefully he'll be able to get himself fit and get into the first team. Next up is Albanian centre-back Lapis Kiakis, who we got on the free transfer from Vicenza. He is basically giving us more depth in central defence. He's a pretty good defender. He's got heading of 16, marking 14, tackling 13. He should be pretty useful for us this season, especially if we're on that massive push to try and get promoted to Serie A. I kind of went a bit wild this summer with young free transfers in fact, people that have been released from bigger clubs, and this guy is one of the ones with some of the most potential. Halima Favila, he is centre-back mainly, but he can play at left-back. He's got pretty terrific attributes for a 19-year-old. He has heading of 14, marking of 15, tackling of 12, or 3 very important attributes for a central defender. He's currently valued at £300,000. We got him for a free. He was released by Juve and we pounced and brought him in, and he's definitely going to be a superstar in the future. Like I said, I made 38 signings this summer, so I'm not going to go through all of them. If a player that I don't mention is in the first team, I will show you him. But next up is Johnny Byrne. He is a centre-back and can play right back. He was labelled as a star player by my scouts, so I felt the need to sign him. He is currently valued at £220,000. We signed him for £190,000 from Millwall. You can see he spent last season on loan at Hull, who are in League One, and he is also going to give us a bit more depth in centre back. Another top quality signing that we made is Shane Long. Obviously he's quite well known. He's been at Southampton, hasn't he? Hull, West Brom, Reading. He's been around. And we got him on a free transfer from Bristol City. Mainly for the experience. We only had 2 strikers, I believe, at the end of last season. So Shane Long is an experienced striker, and he can also play on the wing as well, which is helpful. He's got the experience of playing in the Premier League, and hopefully that'll do well for us. Another free transfer, and this one's from QPR, Darnell Furlong. He's a right back. He's star rating, quality player. Can't really argue with that. Marking 12, tackling 12. He's good cover for right back. We've got Kieran Freeman, who we signed last season, who will be our starting right back. But Darnell Furlong, he can come in and play whenever he wants. And another incoming is this Dutch striker, Dan Simonse, from Willem II, or Willem II, not really sure how you say that club's name. He is valued at £195,000 now, and he has a 3.5 star rating. We signed him for £140,000. He's played a few times in the past few seasons in the Eredivisie and Jupiler League when Willem got relegated, but he does look like a good striker. He has finishing of 13, dribbling of 13, first touch of 12, heading of 12, and in the Italian Cup, you can see at the bottom there, he came off the bench and scored twice. So if that's a sign of things to come, I'm very, very pleased with that signing. And the final signing is a loanee from Napoli, Giuseppe Recchia. He is a striker. He has a current ability of 4 stars. His finishing is 13, first touch 12, heading 17. I mean, some of those attributes are just amazing, and he has got the potential to be a superstar in the future. Speaking of Napoli, we have also re-signed on loan Alberto Itri and Gianluca De Benedictis, who we obviously had last season. Now, in terms of matches that we played quite a few friendlies. We beat Lyon reserves, lost 2-0 to Juve, beat PSV's youth team, lost against Roma, lost against AC Milan 2-1, beat Ajax's youth team, drew 1-1 with Napoli. Then Italian Cup, we beat San Benedetese 2-0. That was when Dan Simonse got his 2 goals. In between the 2 Italian Cup games, we played Perugia and won 4-1. Knocked out of the Italian Cup by Carpi, which is a bit disappointing. We didn't really play very well. And our final friendly was against Trapani, which we won at 4-3 in a cracking match. And we played 2 league games, and we went 1-0 up in the first one against Cittadella. Stefano Mardio grabbing the first goal of the game. Stefano Padovan pegged it back to 1-1, with Kieran Freeman getting us the winner and setting us on our way to a winning start. However, that winning start could not be built upon against Latina in the last game. Giuseppe Recchia gave us an excellent start to the match after 3 minutes, grabbing the first goal, but Andrea Spragia and Antonio Rozzi made sure that we weren't leaving with another victory. So today's match is against Pinata. They're 7th in Serie B. This season, I'll just say now, this season I want to kind of go through a bit quicker. So I'm thinking that I'm obviously going to do this game in this episode, and then I might play offline all the way to, that's a bit far, maybe all the way to Cesena. Yeah, we'll have a think about it, but I think that's what I'm going to do. So this is the lineup I'm going with. That's the same formation as I had last season, a 5-2-3. 5-2-3? I would call it a 5-2-2-1, but 5-2-3. We've got Liam Kelly in goal, of course. Darnell Furlong at right back. Dibkia, Alves and De Benedictis, who played together quite a lot last season in central defence. Pinata is our left back. Centre midfield, Amadio and Itri, they played together too last season. Dirks on the right side of attacking midfield. Syed on the left. And the new loanee signing of Giuseppe Recchia up front. We do have a few of our new signings on the bench as well. Owen Hughes, who is a youngster that I've not shown you yet, so I'll quickly show you him. So he's an 18-year-old goalkeeper. We got him on a free transfer after he was released by Blackburn, and he's got potential to be a quality player, according to my scouts. So one to watch out for. Hopefully he can impress and possibly knock Liam Kelly out of his spot. Johnny Byrne on the bench. Halima Favila on the bench, Dan Simonse on the bench, and of course we've got the regulars there as well. Incidentally, playing my counter-attacking formation with instructions of dropping deeper, higher tempo and playing much wider. Now I don't remember playing Pinata last season, so I have a feeling they weren't in this league. That could be wrong, probably just my bad memory. Yeah, they finished first in Serie C last season, so they weren't in Serie B. Had just been relegated from Serie B the season before. And they are 5-4 favourites today. We are 7-4. Their key man is Zachariah Hammadi, 23-year-old Italian right midfielder, valued at £350,000. We've scouted him and he's got a 4-star rating according to my scouts. His dribbling's pretty good, first touch, passing and technique, all pretty good. He's got a 7.6 average rating so far this season in the Italian Serie B. Got a goal as well in 2 games, so definitely a danger man. And our key man is Alberto Itri. We sit in 11th after 2 games on 3 points. Thankfully, we got our first win of the season early doors this year. And Pinata are in 7th. So a win today and we can go above them, but it's obviously all to play for, still very early in the season. Well, look who's playing for Pinata. Manuel Maris, who of course led us to the Serie C title in our first season, is currently playing at Pinata. He's played the first 2 games of the season, got himself a goal. He's got an average rating of 7.05. We sold him to Brescia for £215,000 and he was released by them and went to Pinata in their Serie C winning season and played tremendously. So he's obviously back, trying to get back to the form of his first season with us, which would be very hard to replicate. But he's definitely back to the form that he was in the first Serie B season and the subsequent Serie C season. So the goal kick, first action of this first half. And it's headed away by Lupo. Itri wins it in the centre of the field. Plays it forward to Recchia. Recchia trying to get round to Taglia. Recchia still with the ball. Gives it to Itri. Through on goal and he shoots and he scores. And it's 1-0. Alberto Itri with his first ever goal for Alessandria. Despite playing for us for the entirety of last season, he has managed to put us 1-0 up thanks to a good assist from Giuseppe Recchia. Furlong with a throw-in. Deep in the opposition's half. Gives it to Itri. Back to Furlong. Chance to cross it possibly. Plays it back to Itri, who crosses it to Recchia. Great touch, shoots, and it's 2-0. Giuseppe Recchia gets his second goal of the season. And Itri and Recchia are just playing together so well. Vogliacco with a throw-in his own half just about. Gives it to Hammadi. Now it's Castelnuovo. Dionisi crosses it. Dibkia heads it away. It's going to fall to Jefferson though. Plays it back to Giorgio. Back to Jefferson, and Giorgio's got it again. Castelnuovo in a bit of space. Plays it back to Giorgio. Plays it back to Jefferson and all the way back to the centre-back Lupo. Forward to Giorgio. Castelnuovo. Can we get a tackle? We're pushing them back nicely, but it doesn't really help if we don't tackle the ball. And that ball goes out wide to Giuliano, who can cross it in. Dionisi's there. De Benedictis has given away a penalty 10 minutes away from half-time, and Pinata with a chance to get back into this game with a Dionisi who steps up to take this penalty eventually. And it's just crept in. I thought Liam Kelly had got a hand to it then. Federico Dionisi again, his first goal of the season. In fact, he scored on his debut Tanana back into it. It was half time. That was a pretty good first half. One concern would be the goal being conceded. Well, the penalty, Benedictus, disappointing there. He's on a 6.1 rating for that mistake. And also, Itri and Hammadi, the two centre midfielders, are both on yellow cards, despite Itri playing out of his skin today with an average rating of 8.4, an assist and a goal to his name. Now, I think I'm going to take off to Benedictus, and I'm going to go for the experience of Johnny Byrne over the youth of Halima Favila. So he can come on for De Benedictus, and I kind of want to make a change in the centre midfield. I think I'm going to swap Speziali in for Stefano Mardio. Hopefully Itri doesn't get himself sent off, because that could spell trouble for us. And I have to remember to do the team talk as well, of course. Corner with Dirks. First action in the second half. Burns there. Alves. It's on the line and he just squeezes it in. Alves, I think, got the goal. No, it's a Costanzo own goal. There's a bit of a goalmouth scramble there. I really don't know what happened. But Byrne flicked it on. Alves knocked it down. Keeper saved it, the defender blocked, and it went in somehow. Castelnuova's got the ball for Tanana though. Gives it to Dionisi. Through to Tenconi, who shoots, and that's them back into within a goal's distance. But he's offside, Alberto Tenconi. Thankfully, so our 2-goal lead is restored thanks to that offside goal. Time to make our final substitution, and it's going to be Stein Dirks making way. He is pretty tired. Furlong's equally as tired, but we're going to bring on Acosti for Stein Dirks. Acosti, obviously one of our key players last season. Hopefully he can come in and do something in this game. Last action of the game, Giuliano with a throw-in gives it to Rinaldi. 10 seconds left just about. Giuliano gets it back, and it's Maris, our former player. First time I've seen him with the ball today, actually. Gives it to Tenconi, and there's the full-time whistle. 3-1 victory, away from home to Tanana. Very nice stuff. Alberto Itri gets a player of the match with an 8.7 rating. 1 goal and 1 assist for him, and that was a very good performance overall. Great way to bounce back from that disappointing defeat last time out. Very pleased with the result and your performance. That leaves us in 6th in the table after 3 games. Not a bad start whatsoever. So that is it for this episode. A lovely victory to end this transfer run-through episode, I guess. And next episode, we will be advancing a bit further than normal. We're going to play about 8 games, is it? 7 or 8 games offline. And we will be back with the games against Cesena and Salernitana. So Cesena currently sitting 9th, Salernitana are 2nd, so they're going to be 2 tough games. We are obviously in 6th, which is a brilliant position for us, but some very exciting games there, hopefully. And in the meantime, we'll be playing against Benevento, who we should beat, Empoli, who we might be a bit of a struggle, Avellino, that's going to be difficult, Carpi, the televised game, that should be a win for us, Lecce, I'd like to beat them, Frosinone, tough again, Perugia, we should beat them. So obviously I want to advance up to Serie A by the end of this season. That is what I want to achieve. Whether that happens or not is obviously a whole entire other thing. But thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Feel free to leave a comment below. Subscribe to my channel to get all my content when it comes out. And I'll see you next time.